Divorce brings a grief that most people don't expect. If you're watching this, there's a good chance you're feeling it right now. Maybe the divorce is fresh, maybe it's been months, and you're wondering why a random Tuesday can still knock the wind out of you. So let me say it plainly. There's nothing wrong with you. What you're feeling isn't weakness, it's grief. The end of a marriage is a kind of death of a future you'd planned, a version of yourself, a life you knew by heart. Psychologists even have a name for it: ambiguous loss, grieving someone who's still alive, still out there, with no clean goodbye to mark the end. That's why the 5 stages of grief fit divorce so well. They come from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross in her book On Death and Dying, and were later expanded by grief expert David Kessler. One thing to hold on to. These stages aren't a straight line. They're more like weather. You move through them out of order and circle back. That's not backsliding. That's grieving. First is denial, or really shock, the numbness, the "this can't be happening" feeling. You tell people you're fine. You keep 2 coffee mugs out of habit. That's not you lying to yourself. It's your mind buffering the weight so it doesn't hit all at once. When that lifts, it often surfaces as anger at your ex, at yourself, at the sheer unfairness of it. Anger is just grief with nowhere to go. The work isn't to not feel it. It's to find safe places to put it so it doesn't harden into bitterness. Then bargaining, the if-only stage. If only I'd tried harder. It's the mind replaying everything, hunting for the one thread you could have pulled. But a marriage is 2 people. When you catch yourself there, meet that voice with compassion instead of blame. The 4th stage is usually the heaviest, the sadness. This is when reality lands. The empty side of the bed, the quiet house. As awful as it is, feeling it honestly is the path through. But I'll gently flag one thing here. If that sadness becomes a depression that lingers, where you can't function, can't get out of bed, or you start feeling like things would be better if you weren't around, please don't ride it out alone. Reach out to a doctor, a therapist, or a crisis line in your country. That's not failure. That's being human. Then, acceptance. Not happiness that it happened, something quieter. The day you realize you went a few hours without thinking about it. People often describe it with a word that surprises them: relief. And there's a 6th stage that David Kessler later added, meaning the slow work of finding something to carry forward from the pain. A deeper sense of who you are, what you'll never settle for again. You don't rush to it. You arrive, a little at a time. So, the big question: how long does the pain last? There's no fixed clock, but there is real research. Psychologist Mavis Hetherington followed about 1,400 divorced families for decades and found that most people regain their footing within about 2 years. The sharpest pain easing like a volume, slowly turning down. But that's an average, not a finish line. A meaningful minority, roughly 1/5 to 1/4 of people, took longer, and other long-term studies suggest fuller healing can stretch toward 2 to 5 years, especially after a long marriage or when navigating co-parenting. So if you're at the 18-month mark and still hurting, nothing is wrong with you. You're right on the path. While you're here, hit subscribe so the next video finds you when you need it. And in the comments, if you're comfortable, where are you on this path today? Sometimes just naming it helps, and someone reading it might feel a little less alone. Take care of yourself. I mean that. I'll see you in the next one.